There, I cleaned it up. Go crawl through.
Why don't you crawl through?
Obviously, I can't fit. Otherwise, I would totally do it.
Sure you would. The case was spinning out of control. So fast I had to hold onto my hat. Nothing made sense, and it was getting more twisted by the minute. We've come across an old buddy of mine who has suddenly found himself out of purpose and place. The steel mill, where Rust worked for years, got blown to bits. Hundreds of hard-working, honest people lost their jobs overnight. The police are writing it off as an accident. Coincidentally, there were a lot of accidents this past week. The whole damn city was burning up and no one was doing anything about it. Did I pick the wrong time to get out of that dump? According to Rust and Millie, one man is responsible for all this mayhem. In 1 week, he's become a synonym for fear throughout the city, and police and thugs alike are shuddering at the mention of his name. They call him the Red Man. I have a strong feeling in my gut. It's all somehow connected. My retirement, the fires, and the official cover-up. What happened to Flint, the Red Man? It's all leading to her. I feel she is the key to all of this, the last piece of the puzzle I have to solve. Does she know more than she's led me to believe? Or have I let my suspicions get the better of me? It's hard for me to admit this. It's also downright stupid. But I've let myself trust her over the years we've worked together. And I have to trust her now. Sooner or later, we'll find ourselves back in that hellhole of a city. This bond I have with her will be the only thread I'll have to hold on to when things go from bad to worse. In Paper City, all bets are off, but the stakes were never as high as now. Lowlife. I guess they are so used to police interrogations. Standing in front of bright lights is where they feel most at home. Lowlifes. I had a feeling I'd find you two lurking around. How is it that whenever something fishy goes down, you two are peeking around the corner?
Save your monologues for the shower, Snoop. We didn't do it!
And what exactly didn't you do?
Whatever you're implying we did or didn't do.
So you did it.
It depends.
Depends on what?
If we did whatever you're hinting that we did, or for that matter didn't do, and if the answer might incriminate us to a certain degree, then as a fact, I can state that we didn't do it. See? But if not doing it, whatever it is you're implying we did or didn't do would put us in the same position as in the previous statement, considering it was true, then we certainly did do it.
This is going nowhere. If you weren't a crook, you could have had a career as a lawyer, although the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah? Well, if you weren't a Snoop, you could have had a career as a drunk, although the two aren't mutually exclusive, see?
Don't act smart with me, lowlife. I'll take you downtown faster than you can say I'm guilty. Now start spilling the beans, or this friendly get-together might turn out ugly for you too. Where is Flint Ashworth?
Beats me. He wasn't here when we arrived, is he?
No, I'm just asking because I started a barbershop quartet and I need a strong baritone, but also someone that can take the lead if necessary.
For these types of situations, you need someone that has a wider range.
Shut up, John. He's just pulling your leg.
So you're saying you had nothing to do with his disappearance?
Who do you take us for, Snoop? We ain't no kidnappers. The kid probably went to see his friends or something, see? Besides, he's a tough kid. I'm sure he's fine.
Sure, because kidnapping is way over the line for you two. It's one of the few things missing from your MO. Maybe you thought you should step up the game. Who put you up to it?
Whoa, as I said, we ain't no kidnappers, see? We may have our differences, you and I, but you know we would never go as far.
All right, you're off the hook, for now. So, why are you here exactly?
That's none of your business, Snoop.
Listen here, you lowlife. I know you operate on the west side these days. I've seen you down with your face in the mud coming out from those 24-hour carrot bars near the harbor. I know you've seen things. You two better start being useful, or else.
Oi, Copernicus, how about you take a long walk down the shore pier, see? We ain't seen nothing. We're just a couple of them hard-working individuals, see? We know our rights. We pay them taxes and such. What's a snoop like you even gonna do? You ain't a cop, see?
You got that right, pal. I ain't a cop. That just means I can throw a couple of knuckle sandwiches your way before I take you two lowlifes in. Not that anyone would care. I can just say I found you that way, or that the Reef King got to you before I did.
Maybe it's time you leave two exemplary citizens like us alone and find yourself someone else you can bother, see? I hear that crazy old coot's been chasing seagulls down at the harbor lately. Maybe he can help you, see?
CBG. Haven't seen him in a while. You're saying he knows something?
It's worth a shot, ain't it? It's not like you're getting anywhere with us. It's just that getting the information out of him might prove to be quite a task, see?
Don't worry about that. Me and him go back a long way. He'll talk to me. You two lowlifes heard anything about the Red Man?
We might have heard something. My memory's a bit fuzzy these days, see?
Tell me what you know, and the next time the Reef King asks me about you two, I'll forget about your whereabouts.
We've sorted it out with the shark, Snoop. We started a nice little enterprise with them. See, me and John here have a way with the tourists. The deal is to take them on a nice little tour around our beautiful city that ends in his gambling house.
There are numerous attractive locations scattered throughout the city, but sometimes you just have to go that extra mile if you want to experience it the way the locals do. For instance, there's a lovely little deli store just off of Peril Street, halfway down to the harbor. Their madeleines are to die for. Just pick a spot on their beautiful terrace and enjoy a good book or a romantic evening with that special someone.
Yeah, see? That's right, John.
Ha! I bet whatever they keep in their wallets, by the end of the day, the shark sends his goons to clean them out when they leave. Am I right?
Well, yeah, but that's just his style, see?
I bet it is. Why'd you escape the city?
Who says we escaped? Me and John just came to enjoy ourselves out in the country, see? We might take up fishing or hiking. Yeah, those types of things.
That's just great news, Jimmy. I love it here. It's so relaxing.
Sure, and your escape had nothing to do with the recent activities regarding the Red Man.
What Red Man? Also, Snoop, Native American is the proper nomenclature, I do believe.
You know who I'm talking about, so stop playing dumb. Not you, big guy. I know you can't help it.
Help what? What are we talking about?
Forget it. I just don't get why you would protect someone that made you flee the city in the middle of the night.
Hold on there, Snoop. We're not protecting anyone. It's just that this guy, he's not your average sap, see?
Your memory's getting a bit better, eh?
Hey, we want to see this all sorted out as much as anyone. With all the folks leaving the city, it's bad for business.
Sure, I can only imagine. What do you know about him?
Not much, and the things we heard are mostly just stories. He's setting fires and whatnot down in the city. Wants to see it all burn, see? No one will stop this guy, Snoop. Not even you.
He's the reckoning this city was due for. He won't stop until everything is dust, and we lie forgotten in the sands of time.
What? What the hell are you talking about, John? Don't listen to him. He had a rough night.
Well, you two were useful as always. I have to go. When I come back, I hope, for your sake, nothing will be missing.
Besides the kid, you mean?
You trying to be funny, or you got the sudden urge to confess?
The first one, yeah. See you later, Snoop.
You better believe it. One more thing. You didn't find a key by any chance lying around the house.
Oh, yeah, we did. It was just lying on the floor.
That's what I thought. How about you hand it over to me? I'll keep it safe for you guys.
Sure thing, there you go. Now don't go telling people we never helped you. It's like we're partners now, see?
Sure. Just pants, neatly folded and thrown over the closet. I'll just sell this sword and buy some revives for later. I should tear them in case I need to make a rope to climb down the window. An empty box. Just think of the possibilities. The size of this box is only matched by its inability to comprehend reality. Empty sheets of paper spread across the table surface. What future awaits those sheets of paper? Will they ever become a book? A book titled Finding Missing Relatives for Dummies. That's oddly specific. A bag of candy. I knew a girl named Candy once. Whatever happened to her? I have no clue what that is. A wild guess. It's a single copper dime with a printing error. Unique, extremely rare, not as valuable as one might think. It reminds me of a cocktail recipe. Add 2-3 ice cubes, pour some liquor over them, mix it in your stomach, repeat. I call it the TED trademark. A toy car, maybe. I don't know. I'm not in the car evaluation business. Well, this thing really stands out. We'll have to find another way. I don't like pillows. I'm far too rugged for such comfort. The weakest link in this whole construction. Maybe I could exploit that. I'll take it with me. Maybe Millie can tell me something more about it. Is it a monkey? Roses in a field? An orange? I'm really bad at appreciating art. Someone, somewhere, put their soul and moderate effort into making this. And I hate nothing a little paint thinner can't fix. A wise man once said, the windows are the eyes of a house.
Any leads on the missing kid yet?
That's classified. You too remembered something.
Nothing useful, probably. I remember my first job. I got a job helping out at the local library after school. I was never much of a bookworm, but I would just sit there among the books and smell the air, see? That old book smell still lingers to this day. I would sit there on a banister way past the end of my shift, admiring all the people there, the scholars, the academics. I guess they were a reminder of all the things I could be someday, see? Then they had to lock up and the janitors would come and just toss me out back into a dumpster. I remember having a crush on Beverly Christie in high school. I would follow her home from school every day. Then she saw me one day and called the cops. Now I'm a registered stalker, amongst other things.
A book titled A Small Car on Top of Me. The Life of a Book. What? What sort of literature is this? Those two clowns are in there, not being useful as always.
Did you ask them about Flint?
I did. They didn't know anything. I think they're just hiding from someone.
The red man?
That's my best bet, but who knows with those two?
So Flint's not in there?
No.
What should we do, Ted? We have to find him.
Well, we're not going to find him standing here. We should check other rooms. Maybe he's hiding somewhere. Mugshots gave me this key to your parents' room that they, totally just found lying on the floor.
We should start there then.
Such forward ideas. You're going to be a fine detective one day.
Thanks, Bear. You too. It's unlocked. Hope I don't get into trouble over this. A painting of some guy. Let's name him. Jeffrey. What do you think, Ted?
I don't, but he does look like a Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Creepyface. His eyes would follow us around the room, if he hadn't. Some paintings depicting life in a small rural community, autumn harvest and whatnot. I feel like all of these are connected in a way, like they share a story. I feel like these should grow in a pond. I could be wrong. Some weird plant is sticking out. It looks a lot like a horse brush. If you draw with it on your mom's evening dress, she'll get like really, really mad. Like volcanic eruption mad. This thing is so dusty. It's like it looks like the thing, whatever. A chandelier. It's French for fancy lamp. Mom and Dad's bed, or the inside trampoline, as I like to call it. It's one of my dad's cameras. It probably fell down by accident. I'll take this film strip with me. Maybe I can develop it later. It's plastic wrap for your clothes, for some reason. It's my parents' closet, also known as a cliched hiding spot when playing hide and seek. This lamp is pretty. So tall and lean and lacy on top. It's like a supermodel lamp. Extremely breakable, especially when thrown or dropped against a hard surface. For storing preserves and other stuff. It's a combination lock safe. Let's try to guess the combination, Ted. How hard can it be? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe it's 0, 0, 0, 0. Or 74? 1, 0...
Are you kidding me with this?
Okay, you're right, I give up. Just a bunch of stuff used to develop photos. You put a film inside, and then it projects onto some piece of paper that you bathe, and you get photos. Nothing happened. There's something missing. It's duct tape. It's used to tape ducks? I'll take this tape with me. I can use it to tape Ted to a flagpole. Seems like it's empty. You can pour something in it, like water or fire. My mom uses the same one to wash Ted in.
What? That's not true. I have a shower in my office.
Oh, you do you? Big ass bottles. Step right up, folks. Witness the amazing bottle twins. It's an empty image filled with, some silver dust. You put it in the machine over there, and then some other stuff. Then you get photos of my school recital. There, is it over? Is that it?
Looks the same to me.
Some detective you are. Obviously something happened. We need to use the developing liquids now, and then we get the photo. There's a number written underneath, 107. What does it mean?
10-7's the police code for an unconscious or a dead person.
That's a little grim.
I don't make the rules. I sure as hell don't follow them either.
There we go. It was the number from the statue. Not a police code for anything, Mr. I don't follow no rules. Hey, these are the liquids for developing pictures. I'll take them with me. There. We just need the empty photo thingy to put it in. Oh my God, Ted. That's him. That's the red man. He's in my house.
Okay, calm down. That could be anyone.
Oh, no, it's him. He's in my house and he did something to Flint. I have to find Mom and Dad.
Wait, don't be so rash. There's probably an explanation for this.
We found a piece of his robe earlier and now this photo.
Don't get your parents involved, doll. They're having a hard time as it is. This could be just a prank is all I'm saying. We should get back to Millie and see if she can tell us something about the fabric.
Yeah, you're right. We have to wait, though. The room is locked by a mechanism connected to that machine over there, and it will unlock in a couple of minutes. My dad made it like this so no one would barge in and light up the room when he's developing photos.
All right, so we wait. So, how have you been lately?
Oh no, Ted, it's Millie.
Damn it.
Why would somebody do this? She was just a sweet old woman. She hasn't done nothing wrong to anyone. Poor Millie. I've had her since I was 5, almost as long as...
Me, yeah, I know. Doll, what do you think we should do now?
I honestly don't know. Ted, I'm a bit shaken up at the moment. I have to go find Mom and Dad. Whoever this red man is, he's done something to Flint.
Please, don't get your parents involved again. I suggest we head out to Paper City and see what we can dig up on this guy. We can go down to the docks and talk to CBG. He's bound to know something.
Again? What do you mean?
What? I don't know. We should get moving. Is there any entrance to the city we can use at the moment?
There's one in the attic. Maybe we can use that one.
Yeah, good idea. Let's head out.
Poor Millie. This is our fault, you know? We told Rusty we'd keep an eye out, and now she's dead. We've let her down.
Hey, this is not your fault. That red freak did this. Believe me when I say this, doll. You can't save everyone all the time. People die. That's just how the dice roll. All you can do at times like these is keep your head up. Think of the fond memories you have of her, and just keep going. We'll get that red bastard sooner or later. That's my promise to you.
I know, it's just...
It's sad, I know, but life gets sad sometimes. You just have to pull through, and happiness will find you again. Now let's go. We've still got a case to solve, and somebody's got to pay for this.
Door that leads to the attic. No, really, that's all there is to it. It leads to the attic, hence the name, the attic door. It's so sad what happened to her. Poor Millie. I've had her since I was 5, and now she's gone. No point in dragging her around. It's all so disrespectful. I'll come back after all this is over and bury her back in the yard, underneath the pines. It's the most peaceful place in the world. It's a small nail. It must have fallen from the window. I'll just take the nail with me. The uses for it are practically endless.
That actually worked? You just unlocked something with an old rusty nail? How convenient is that? That's just lazy writing.
Don't be such a negative Nancy, Snoop. Of course it worked. My genius knows no bound. It hangs on these chain thingies. I have no idea what that's for. Some clock stuff, I bet. Yay, I got the hook thingy. I bet this will be super useful, like really soon. It's just a window. Don't let this crippling amnesia get to you. You can do this. I'll take it with me. With some proper crafting, it can be used to access things out of my reach. This won't hold on its own. There, now I can have higher aspirations.
Millie, Rust, and the mugshots all escaped through the east tunnel. It's closed off now. We've heard from several sources now that the police commissioner had ordered a lockdown. I was starting to wonder, was it to keep everyone at bay till they catch the person responsible? Or was it to maybe keep someone out? It's too big of a coincidence that all of this started to happen at the same time I left the city, and now I find myself unable to return. I've come across the Mugshot brothers, but as expected, they were uncooperative. Wise guys. Reasoning with them is a fruitless effort. However, the little information I got from them could be useful later. They seem nervous. I mean, more than usual. We found some clues around the house that could help us find Flint, but so far, everything is leading nowhere. I've examined the evidence myself, but can't connect the dots yet. It seems appropriate that the last case in my career would be like this. Everyone knows the story. The detective only has a couple of days till retirement, but then the lady in distress shows up and begs him to help her out. He decides, against all reason, to do this one last thing, but the case proves to be his hardest yet. Somewhere down the line, the detective gets shot. Fade to black. We had a run-in with the main suspect, the man in the red hood. Unfortunately, we were too late. It's sad what happened to Millie, and Amber really lost it for a moment. I did all I could, and gave her a promise that I'd catch the man responsible. It's not much, but it's the least I can do. We had to table all of our options, and we decided to go back to Paper City. I have an informant there that could know some things, and that's our best bet at the moment. Red, it seems, wants to get to Amber, so I figured I'd draw him out. Best place to do that is the city. I need to level the field, coordinate with the police, and to set a trap. After we get him cornered, I'll make him talk, and we'll find out what happened to Flint. Let's just hope it's not too late.
Poor thing, I bet he feels so alone up here. Good evening, officer.
Oh my god, Miss Ashworth, is that really you? I must say, I've only seen you in the papers, but you look even better in person.
Stop, you're going to make me blush. Oops, too late. No, but seriously, officer.
Burke, Miss Ashworth, but you can call me Brian.
Okay, Brian, we need to enter the city. You see, we're working on this case and we need to find a friend of ours. He might know some things.
I'm terribly sorry, Miss Ashworth. I'm afraid no one is allowed to enter the city at this point. Not even a beloved and well-known celebrity such as yourself. I'm so sorry.
Well,
So sorry.
that's okay.
So sorry.
Aren't you a bit young to be a policeman?
Police officer, actually. I'm fresh out of the academy, but I'm planning to make detective in a couple of years.
Well, that's ambitious.
Is that a fake mustache?
No.
It is! It just fell on the floor.
Well, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry. Everyone at the station has a mustache these days, and I just can't seem to grow one myself. My fiance even makes fun of me sometimes.
Well, I think you look just dashing without a mustache. It makes you look younger.
Well, thank you kindly, miss.
That's a tough deal, kid. You'll have a hard time becoming a detective if you don't have a mustache.
But you don't have one, Mr. Bear.
I'm a private snoop, Jimmy. I don't need to fit in. I walk my beat alone.
Oh my god.
Can't you make an exception to let us pass? Just this once.
Mr. Bear, as much as I admire both you and Miss Amber, seriously, I'm a huge fan, but orders are still orders. Things are getting really bad down in the city. If anything were to happen to Miss Amber, I could never forgive myself.
Dave, who ordered this lockdown?
The state officials. Mayor Mills himself signed the decree. I'm afraid without the mayor's signature, no one is allowed to enter or leave the city at the moment. And it's Brian, sir.
And how come the city is on lockdown anyways?
I'm afraid I'm not in a position to discuss such matters, Mr. Bear. Terribly sorry.
Stevie, you know anything about the Red Man?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bear. I really can't discuss such matters. I will tell you one thing, though. The word on the street is that the suspect, codename Red, is asking a lot of questions about Miss Ashworth.
What kind of questions? What's so interesting about Amber anyways?
Hey,
Don't worry, Miss Ashworth. You're the most interesting person I know. If I was a crazy lunatic with an agenda, I'd stalk you too.
aw, that's so cute. Thank you, Brian.
Oh no, now I'm blushing.
I just have to interrupt, whatever this is. Jerry, what kind of information is Red after?
It's Brian, sir, and I'm afraid I don't really know much about the subject. Only what I hear from the fellow police officers here and there. Besides, I'm not in a position.
To discuss such matters, yeah, I know. You haven't seen Flint Ashworth by any chance?
Miss Ashworth's brother?
That's right. Have you seen him?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bear. I'm confused.
That's understandable, son. You're a Paper City police officer. Never mind that now. So, what is it we need to do in order to enter the city?
Well, I suppose you would have to get clearance, signed by Mayor Mills himself.
And he'll just sign this clearance, no questions asked.
Normally, no. I don't think so. But since you're in the company of the beautiful and talented Miss Amber, I'm sure the mayor will make an exception.
I'll have to get the mayor on the phone to sort this thing out.
You think he'll let us enter the city?
I really don't know, but that drunk owes me a couple of favors. It's time to call him up on it. To the Batcave.
Mayor's office.
Hello there, doll. This is Teddy Bear. You may know me from such cases as saving the mayor's ass on several occasions. I've also set you up with a buddy of mine that one time.
Of course, Mr. Bear, I know who you are. Are you looking to speak with the mayor, Mr. Bear? Because I'm afraid he's not in at the moment. Can I take a message?
No, I have to talk to the mayor personally. It's important. When will the mayor be back?
The mayor should be in first thing in the morning, Mr. Bear.
Okay, never mind. Thanks anyway, doll. He's not in, and we don't have time to sit around and wait till he sobers up. We'll have to find another way.
Hey, what if we made the clearance ourselves?
That's falsifying government papers, doll. I like it. There should be some stationery around here. Give me a minute. Have a drink while you wait.
A drink of what? Make-believe water?
Never mind. Here it is. There. You're an artist of sorts. You can do this, right?
Not really. I could probably make a stamp out of something, but I can't falsify the signature.
Fine. I'll get those two goons to do it.
The mugshots? You think they'll help you?
Don't worry. My right knuckle can be very persuasive.
Any leads on the missing kid yet?
That's classified. You too remembered something.
Nothing useful, probably. I remember my first job. I got a job helping out at the local library after school. I was never much of a bookworm, but I would just sit there among the books and smell the air, see? That old book smell still lingers to this day. I would sit there on a banister way past the end of my shift, admiring all the people there, the scholars, the academics. I guess they were a reminder of all the things I could be someday, see? Then they had to lock up and the janitors would come and just toss me out back into a dumpster.
I need your help, lowlifes. I've got this fake clearance to enter the city, and I need you to falsify the mayor's signature.
And what makes you think we're the right guys for this? Do we look like counterfeiters to you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, we can do this. But again, what's in it for us?
Can't you do it for the kids? Think of the children, for God's sake.
What kids?
You know, just some kids. I don't know. It's an expression. Would you do it for Amber?
I would do it for Miss, but something tells me you're just dropping names to get us to agree.
She's with me, and she needs your help.
Oh yeah? She sure lost a lot of weight, or you finally lost your mind, 'cause I can't see you.
She's in the other room. She couldn't squeeze through.
I'll cut you a deal, Snope. You bring me proof that little Miss is with you, and I'll falsify this report card of yours.
You mean the clearance?
What? Yeah, the clearance.
I'll be back.
Sure thing, Arnold.
You got it?
No, they don't have anything to write with. You have your pencils with you?
Here you go, but be sure to get them back.
I'll be right back. There, does this qualify as proof to you? Now, show some integrity for once in your life and do this thing.
Whoa there! Are these the creator's tools? Where did a snoop like you get these?
The Muffin Man gave them to me.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. Amber gave them to me, obviously. They have her initials and everything.
All right there, Snoop. Don't get all riled up. Show me that land deal you want falsified.
You mean the clearance?
What? Yeah, sure, the clearance. There. Now, if you don't mind, me and John have some business to attend to. So, how about you hit the old dusty trail?
There, all sorted out.
You didn't hurt them, did you?
I sure did. Lowlifes like that only understand one kind of language.
Oh no, Ted. Why are you always so mean to them?
What? No, it's expected with those two. Never mind that now. I got it sorted. Let's head back to that cop boyfriend of yours.
Good evening, Miss Ashworth, Mr. Ted. Got that clearance yet?
Is he making fun of us? I can't tell.
Not yet. We're working on it, Brian. A bucket. That's a funny word. Bucket. Bucket. Are you hungry, horsey? Ted, do we have a wooden carrot for him? It's a candle. Forgotten here. Until the lights go out. Then it's like, oh, where are those candles we keep in the house? I'll take it with me, just in case. Maybe I'll need to read in the dark at some point or something. The convertible of desks. Very chic. It's locked. Just some random attic stuff you'd usually find in an attic. There we have an old bean can. Is it empty? Full? Who knows? The mystery is part of the fun. Then there's some bag of something. Flour, maybe? A bunch of boxes filled with ugly clothes? It's filled with towels, I think, or sheets or something. It's filled with attic stuff, Christmas decorations and whatnot. There, now I got a stamp. All I need now is some ink. I'll take this key with me, just in case. It's always good to have keys around. It's locked. Hey, the key fits. Let's see what we have in here. Vial of ink. It's a vial of ink. Boy, this desk must be really old. Who uses ink anymore? I'll take the ink with me. If we wake up in 1789 tomorrow, I'll be all set. Messy. Hopefully I won't get it all over my pockets. All done. Wow, forging documents is a lot of work.
Here you go, Mike. Signed by Jim, Mayor Mills himself.
Yes, here it is, and it's like totally real and not at all fake.
Well, everything seems to check out. Wait a minute. And enjoy the scenery, Miss Amber, Mr. Ted. It's a beautiful view of the city from here. Have a nice night.
You too, Brian.
Good night, Byron.
All right, I guess we're going back there. You ready, Ted?
Give me a minute. I thought I left that place for good, you know. What about you? You haven't been there in some time, doll.
Yeah, I think so. Besides, we have a case to solve.
You're right. Let's go.
It kind of feels like going home.
God damn it. It really does.
Ted, I never asked you. What happened to your former partner?
He grew up.